This is Pastor Larry here with a daily dose. It's focused on one of the best known and for many people, one of their favorite passages in the entire Bible. It's found in a book called Romans chapter 8, verse 28, and it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who've been called according to his purpose." Now, on the surface, sometimes that's a best love verse because of things it actually doesn't say. Because sometimes we think that this passage says that everything that happens for a reason and everything ultimately is good. But the beauty of this verse is not that it says that. It actually says in a fallen world where really bad and evil things happen, that no matter how you twist them, you cannot turn around and call good. That our Lord is so powerful and so amazing that at the end of the day, what he does is he takes those horrific things and he overpowers them with good. It says, we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. By the way, this passage isn't a promise for everybody. It's a promise for those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. Those of us who follow Jesus. And God is at work even when the enemy has given us his best shot. Even when the enemy wins. For instance, you do realize the enemy's best shot and last victory in our life is our death. There was no death before the fall in the Garden of Adam and Eve. There will be no death in heaven. Death is not a necessary thing. It's a completely evil thing that's part of this fallen world. And the enemy wins with every single son and daughter of Adam and Eve. We all die. But guess what? For those who are sons and daughters of God, when Satan wins, we win because we wake up in the presence of our Lord, ready to enter eternity. When the world is saying he just died, the angels are saying he just became alive. You see, that's the kind of God you and I have in the midst of everything. We don't have to do the mental gymnastics to try to convince ourselves, well, somehow there must be a silver lining in this, or somehow bad things are really good. No, they're not. But our God is so good and so powerful that he is at work in every single thing that is happening. A while back in a message, I didn't use it in all of them, just a couple of them, but I talked about a tapestry. And if you've ever seen one, they're just like, they're butt ugly on the backside. I mean, you wouldn't pay $5 for what's on the backside unless you needed maybe, I don't know, a mat in your bathroom or something when you step out of the shower. But when you flip it over, some of those things are worth thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're just incredibly beautiful, but you don't see the beauty on the backside. You only see the beauty when it's turned around. And that's what God does with everything that ever happens in our life, even the bad and even the evil. It's not necessary, but it's part of a fallen world, and he takes it and he puts it into the tapestry that in all eternity is going to create one of the most beautiful things you and I have ever seen. And that's why I love this passage. No matter what happens, God is at work. And if I love him, I'm called according to his purpose. All things will end up to the praise of him, which is always to the benefit of you and me.